Wild dogs are fascinating to watch, even though sometimes their hunting tactics leave me somewhat disgusted. But hey, it's in their nature. When they work as a team, they're almost unstoppable. If you feel like seeing some of the best hunters in the wild, you're at the right place, as we count down 15 petrifying attacks by merciless wild dogs caught on camera. Number 15. Wild dogs attack oryx. Wild dogs find an oryx to be difficult prey, but they don't seem to mind. Anything that appears appealing is worth a shot, as these wild dogs demonstrate in this video by surrounding this oryx. When the dogs begin to pull in all directions, the oryx has no choice but to die quickly. The oryx remains on the ground, thinking it is better off, but it's just making things worse, I guess. But there is no such thing as better when you consider the circumstances. It's just bad or worse when wild dogs are hunting you down. Dogs take turns at biting into it, trying to break open the animal's flesh. Once they've accomplished this, the real fun begins, as they devour everything in sight. The oryx is a massive antelope with long, sharp horns, but when you're up against a horde of lunatics biting you from all sides, you need to be better armed or have lightning speed. After this encounter, this oryx has no chance of ever seeing the light of day again. This oryx begins to run, and it's as if the dogs are waiting for him to arrive, like he's making a triumphant entrance into the Colosseum. They are all chanting, "Welcome to the jungle." Number 14. Dogs attack lizard. In our first video, 6 stray dogs attack a large monitor lizard. The lizard is surrounded and fights back, but it's not easy when you have 6 mouths trying to bite you. One of the dogs flanks the lizard and bites the side of his body, while another dog holds the lizard's tail. The other 4 dogs are mostly barking. The lizard goes deeper into the water, which probably helps him, but the dogs drag him back out. A man scares the dog away and gives the lizard a break. I'm guessing dogs and lizards aren't the best of friends in this video. We can see why, as these dogs encircle and attack the lizard without mercy. The larger of the 2 dogs takes a few nasty bites, but the lizard is tough and launches his own attacks. This is a spectacular fight, as the dogs attack the reptile and he jumps all over the place, landing a few blows on the smaller dog. This pit bull pulls a monitor lizard from a mud pit, and the dog has a firm grip on the reptile. The clip is cut short, so we don't get to see how it ends. Number 13. Wild dogs attack water buck. A pack of wild dogs tried to catch a female water buck, but she managed to hide behind a bush and keep the pack at bay until they lost interest and moved on to easier prey. The water buck dashed down to Jones Dam on both occasions, most likely in search of water to drink. The second victim attempted the same thing, but she was not as fortunate, and both she and her unborn calf were yanked down and devoured in seconds, as is common in Kruger National Park. They come across a mother and a calf water buck after witnessing a pack of wild dogs go missing while hunting a large herd of impala. After being chased into the water by the dogs, the small water buck managed to escape from a large pod of hippos. After a few hours, the wild dogs gave up and the mother and calf water buck escaped unharmed. This water buck is attempting to avoid the wild dog's wrath and eventually swims to shore to rest, but the ravenous wild dogs quickly devour their breakfast. Before being slaughtered, the pack manages to drag the animal along the water's edge and begin tearing it apart. Number 12. Wild dogs attack hyena. This hyena is in a lot of trouble, and it's not funny. The hyena is surrounded by a large pack of wild dogs, which it is attempting to defend against, but attacks are coming from all directions. Simply put, there are too many dogs attacking the hyena. I'm truly astounded by the hyena's ability to remain calm and stand its ground in the face of so many dogs for such an extended period. This hyena is badly injured, and a few wild dogs are sniffing it to make sure it won't jump in their faces. The hyena remaining on the ground in this manner is not a good sign. It was later discovered that the dogs had killed and eaten it. Number 11. Wild dogs attack warthog. Wild dogs are ruthless. These wild dogs are dismembering this poor warthog alive, biting and eating it from every angle. No mercy, no pity. The wild dogs scream out. The warthog is in pain as they tear him to shreds, but they need to eat, and the warthog is just what the doctor ordered. When these wild dogs finally drag this warthog out of his den, the warthog sees stars. In a matter of minutes, the warthog vanishes and ceases to exist. This lone warthog is surrounded by wild dogs and tries to stand its ground, but it's difficult with more than 10 dogs pulling and biting from all sides. The dogs attack the warthog's behind, which begins to sag, and once that part of the warthog's body is sliced, the dogs quickly disembowel the animal. Good day and welcome to the slaughterhouse. When these wild dogs come across another warthog, they are on their third warthog hunt of the day. They start by wearing down the warthog until it is exhausted, at which point they start tearing flesh from its body. For some reason, they stop attacking the warthog and the warthog decides to flee, but it goes looking for the dogs in the tall grass, which I don't understand. This was a strange hunt if you ask me. When the dogs abandoned the kill, the prey wanted to approach the predators. This warthog is obviously a masochist, or he's confused. Another warthog perishes far too soon. The dogs are starving and must eat at the expense of other animals. This is the law of the jungle. Number 10. Wild dogs attack wildebeest. The dogs don't seem to mind that these wildebeest are large and powerful, and their hooves and horns can cause significant damage. The dogs are searching for calves, but the adult wildebeest have formed a ring around them, making it difficult for the dogs to approach them. When the wildebeest confront the dogs, they have the upper hand. When they begin to run, the dogs gain an advantage, but this is unavoidable because wildebeest do not like dealing with predators head-on. As a result, when the herd runs, the calf can't keep up, which benefits the dogs. It's not the largest wildebeest, but it'll do for the time being. When a pack of wild dogs separates a young wildebeest from its mother, a dramatic hunt ensues. The terrified animal is encircled by the predators who trap it in a waterhole. Can the tenacity of a hungry pack of wild dogs triumph over the desperate survival attempts of the wildebeests? These dogs are attempting to approach a younger wildebeest, but its mother is on alert and nothing will happen unless they distract her. If they just keep yakking at the mom and she doesn't move out of there, they won't be able to grab the calf unless one of the dogs is attacked by the mom. The following clips show how lethal dogs can be when they tear various wildebeests to pieces during various attacks. Wildebeests aren't easy to kill, but when the dogs work together, they're tough to beat. Like possessed demons, these wild dogs are attacking a wildebeest in a marsh. The wildebeest is attacked from every direction, but he manages to land a few blows and injures one of the dogs. The vultures scout for opportunities on the sidelines. Number 9. Dholes attack sambar deer. While a few of his friends watch from the riverbank, this lone dhole attacks a sambar deer in the water. But the sambar deer can drag the dhole with him in deeper water, so the dholes are not safe. Because the deer is much larger than the dhole, I doubt this single dhole will be able to bring the deer back to shore without the help of his friends. A pack of dholes surrounds a sambar deer visiting a waterhole. The sambar deer screams for help right away. When it realizes it is in serious trouble, it will occasionally make a loud call. Things happen all the time in this crazy world. The drama begins after more than an hour of struggle, when the dholes take turns attacking the deer until it tires out and is unable to fight back. Everything was meticulously planned by the dholes, who are seasoned hunters. They'd covered the area with 4 of them stationed at each corner to keep the deer at bay. Finally, the sambar deer yielded and they mercilessly devoured it alive. A wildlife enthusiast observed a group of dholes pursuing a sambar fawn. The dholes trapped the fawn in the water. The mother sambar was stamping her foot very hard in the water to save her baby, but the dholes eventually killed the sambar deer baby. Number 8. Wild dogs attack sasabi. The sasabi, also known as the common sasabi, is a relative of the bontebok. It has a comical appearance with high sloped shoulders that drop to a small, not overly robust rump, and guess what? The common sasabi is a favorite of wild dogs who enjoy a good stand-up routine from time to time, especially when they get the last laugh, as they do in this video when they devour one. The dogs tugged in different directions, gulping down every piece of meat they could get their hands on, and the show didn't last long in this video. The pain must have been excruciating for the animal, but I'm sure the dogs didn't mind as long as they were eating. Another sasabi is quickly apprehended and learns about wild dogs. No matter how hard it tried, it couldn't do anything. Consider being born in a world where you are dropped off in the middle of nowhere and almost everyone regards you as food or competition. Number 7. Wild dogs kill impala. While the impala is still alive, these wild dogs simply rip its insides out. They don't waste any time. They just eat their way through it and consume it. This pack of wild dogs grabs this impala and pulls it out of the water as quickly as possible, devouring the entire animal in minutes. These wild dogs kidnap an impala, drag it out of the water, and begin slaughtering it. The impala is motionless, oblivious to the wild dog's rage as they rip the impala's insides out to satisfy their ravenous appetites. Number 6. Wild dogs attack gazelle. This poor gazelle was fleeing the clutches of a pack of wild dogs when it was grabbed and dragged to shore to be devoured. This gazelle is literally skewered on a spit and roasted, but the dogs don't mind whether it's cooked or not. They simply consume it as it roasts. Number 5. Wild dogs attack rabbit. This poor rabbit isn't much of a meal for this pack of wild dogs, but they're going to eat it anyway. Food is food in the bush, and this could be an appetizer, or they could have already eaten, and this is dessert. In any case, the rabbit is cooked, fried, and roasted. These dogs rip it 3 ways, each getting a small portion for himself. Because rabbits are so small, they aren't the best prey for wild dogs, and feeding a pack of dogs takes a lot more than a small rabbit. For the time being, however, the dogs will take whatever they can. One lucky dog grabs the rabbit and refuses to share it with the others, so the other dogs all chase him down to get a piece of the rabbit. Number 4. Wild dogs attack buffalo. A larger buffalo is battling a pack of wild dogs. The dogs are both biting the buffalo's backside as the others gather to assist. When the rest of the massive pack arrives, the buffalo is quickly devoured. Buffalo are strong animals that have been known to fight lions. They're enormous, and a good slash with one of their horns could be fatal. Wild dogs have little chance of bringing down a full-grown buffalo unless they are after a younger calf. In this video, they do exactly that. They've surrounded the calf and are slaughtering it in front of its mother. Because they are simply too many dogs, the mother appears to have given up defending her offspring. After one final attempt, the mother is chased away from the area, and the dogs can eat in peace. If the mother knows what is best for her right now, she should flee because the calf cannot be saved. Number 3. Wild dogs attack antelope. These wild dogs are attempting to bring down this antelope by viciously pulling on the antelope's backside, attempting to open it up. It's only a matter of time before they do, and when they do, it'll be goodbye for the antelope. This small antelope is trying to flee the clutches of a lone wild dog, but it's becoming increasingly difficult. When a second dog appears, you know the antelope is nearing the end of its life on Earth. It is now time to pray and hope for the best. Number 2. Wild dogs attack puku. These wild dogs attack a puku in the shallow Kapamba River. Whether it's on land or water, nothing stops wild dogs from getting their meal. Thankfully, these dogs don't have any wings. Another traveler on the lonely road of life is tracked down by a pack of wild dogs, and his journey comes to an end. Number 1. Wild dogs attack kudu. The kudu is a massive antelope that looks like a reindeer, and wild dogs love it. Even though this kudu is monstrous and tries to kick out with its legs, the dogs are tenacious and manage to take it down and begin disemboweling it while it is still alive. The dogs viciously bite through the kudu, and the kudu has no way of defending itself. These wild dogs have essentially killed this kudu. The kudu is still alive, but it lacks the strength to stand up, let alone fight. The wild dogs continue to disembowel the poor victim. This kudu is slaughtered on the side of the road in front of many onlookers. People are standing and having a good time. They are reminiscent of Roman spectators at the Colosseum watching gladiators fight tigers and lions. Wild dogs pursue and capture a female kudu. It's worth noting that there is some violence in this video, but the kudu is shocked, so it shouldn't be too upsetting. But I'd rather be where I am right now than where the kudu is, if you know what I mean. This method of killing, in which wild dogs exhaust their prey by running at a constant speed of 55 to 60 kilometers an hour for 3 to 5 kilometers, is extremely effective because the animal is exhausted and has very little energy left to fight or flee once they get close to it. This allows the wild dogs plenty of time to bite into and injure their prey before tearing it apart and devouring it. A kudu is being dragged out of the water by a pack of wild dogs. They drag the kudu to the ground and start eating it alive. Their perseverance is admirable. Nothing, not even a massive hippo, could change their minds once they have decided to attack. I don't like seeing animals being devoured by others, even though it's the way nature rolls. But I must admit, wild dogs will never cease to amaze me with how they take down and eat their prey. It's always fascinating to watch them. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's it for our countdown of 15 petrifying attacks by merciless wild dogs caught on camera. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.